Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to do a final reading for 2023. So happy New Year's Eve. I am just going to ask what is in store for each of the signs for January of 2024. I am going to get messages for just general life, work, and love. And at the end, I'll ask each sign to imagine a question that you would like to know the timing on, because these are all timing cards. So let's get started with Aries as usual. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We want general life messages, work messages, and love messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. As always, these are general readings. If they don't happen to resonate, I recommend checking your other placements in the video. Not all messages will resonate with everyone, of course. And thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. All right, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to get some cards for work. Or excuse me, let's start with life, then work, then love. Life, then work, then love for Aries placements. Life, work, love. Let's get some clarifiers too for each of these. We have the King of Cups, the Devil, and the Six of Swords. Life, work, love. Three of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Queen of Pentacles. I always forget how big these cards are. I don't know if I have enough room for them. All right, life, work, love. Strength, King of Swords, Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands on the bottom. All right, Aries. So life, we have King of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and strength. I think in general, what it's saying is the month of January, as far as life is concerned, embrace it, I guess, lovingly with that King of Cups, with an open heart, because we have also the Three of Pentacles. There might be some challenges with the strength here, but I think if you come at it, like I said, with an open heart, ready to cooperate, this guy at the top has a high five on there, right? So it feels like in general life, it's just asking you to be cooperative, thoughtful, open to new things, emotionally mature. I think that's what January is going to require from you. Maybe a little strength, a little perseverance, maybe some extra energy, some extra courage in life. But I think it'll be beneficial for you if you approach it with that attitude. As far as work is concerned in general, we have the Devil, the Moon, and the King of Swords. So in January of 2024, I think you may face some challenges with somebody at your job who's not being on the up and up, shall we say. So if you got the feeling that maybe somebody is being unfair, working against you, behind the scenes causing you problems, I think there's a strong chance that's probably true. So obviously be careful. King of Swords, I would say that there's a potential that there might be a problem with somebody in a position of authority, or you may find, what I want to say, just a helper, as it were, in somebody in a position of authority who's very upright, upstanding, forthright, that you can trust to help you with this Devil Moon energy. So again, if you feel like somebody's working against you, possibly causing you trouble behind the scenes, go to somebody that you trust. Could be your boss, just could be somebody in a position of authority that's going to help you. It also is advising you with the King of Swords to yourself. Be upstanding, be on the up and up, take the higher path. Go high, don't go low, because this person feels like they're going to go low. Major signs I see so far: strength is Leo, Devil is Capricorn. I only call them out on the major arcanas. So, all right, love, Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. There may be somebody that you've been dealing with in love who would like to move away from a relationship that they're already in. This is probably a fairly long-term or committed relationship. They'd like to move away from that relationship, probably to engage in a relationship with you. However, Eight of Swords is that energy of being stuck, not seeing a way out. Typically in the Eight of Swords in the traditional tarot, they're blindfolded. This animal's not blindfolded. They can see, but the opening is to the back of them. Usually it's to the front of the person, right? So there's something they're not seeing about how they can exit this situation. Again, with the Queen of Pentacles there, it does feel like it's a long-term commitment that they would like to move away from, calmly, collectively move away from. But unfortunately, they're not sure how to do that in the month of January. So they're still trapped. There is a way out, though. They're not completely surrounded. So it feels like maybe after the month of January, they realize how they're going to go forward. But, and I've never noticed this in this particular Six of Swords, the swords are in front of him as he's moving. So he's being blocked. So this person is definitely blocked. And I think it's because they are in a relationship. Now, if that doesn't resonate for you, the other message I get is this person wants to move forward in love, but they are possibly trapped in something work-wise. So maybe they live at a distance because the Six of Swords is distance. They have a really good job they can't see giving up, and it doesn't allow them to relocate to be with you. They're trapped. They don't know what to do. They want to make changes. They just don't know how. So that's what I'm getting for you guys for love for January of 2024. Now, Aries, I'm going to pick these cards up. Think of a question that you would like to know the timing on. And I'm going to pull a divine timing card. Oh, I forgot to talk about the bottom of the deck. Seven of Wands. This is an energy of being blocked. Not being able to go forward. Kind of this person is standing their ground. There are a lot of people, there with other wands that are blocking them. So it is that energy of kind of being a little stuck, I think, in January, not necessarily you personally. Again, you can flip these readings. Maybe it's you that wants to move on from something in January 2024, and you're having a hard time seeing your way through it, right? So always flip those messages if they make more sense than the opposite. All right. So Aries, are you thinking of a question you would like to know the divine timing on? Divine timing for Aries. Can I get a card to tell Aries the time frame on what they are thinking of? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Time frame. Helps if the cards weren't so slick. No need to hurry. So I would say, given what your reading was, that the universe is just trying to tell you, hey, this is going to happen when it happens. No need to rush it. Be patient, even though that is difficult, particularly for a fire sign. So, but there's no need to hurry. And it's probably in situations like romance in particular, you really shouldn't hurry, right? All right, so let's move on to our next sign. Taurus. Okay, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to look at your January 2024 for general life messages, work messages, and love messages. At the end, I'll ask you to think of a question that you want to know the timing on, and I'll pull a timing card. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. As always, these are general readings, not meant to resonate for everyone. If it doesn't happen to resonate for your sun sign, you can check your other placements. All right, what's in store for Taurus in January of 2024 for general life, work, and love? Messages for general life, work, and love for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus. Life, work, love. The World. Queen of Cups. Seven of Wands. Life, work, love. Let's pull more cards to clarify. King of Cups. The Emperor. King of Wands. Ten of Cups. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. So again, for life, you got the World, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. For work, you got the Queen of Cups, the Emperor, and the Five of Pentacles. And for love, you got Seven of Wands, King of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Interesting. So for some of you, the very first message that came into my brain is that some of you are going to get into a work relationship. So for life, we have the King of Cups, and for work, we have the Queen of Cups. That's a matched pair. This could be a work relationship. We have the Emperor here and we have the Five of Pentacles. Beware for some of you, if you get into a relationship at work, this may cost you. There may be a boss who is not happy about it in some way, shape, or form. There are companies out there that fraternization is a huge no-no. Also, your boss could have feelings for you and just be super PO'd that you're seeing somebody. But I get a work relationship for a lot of you. Let's just say that. So back to life. The message was the World, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. If you are in a relationship, it is going to elevate in January. It's going to ramp up with the World. So King of Cups, Ten of Cups, that is a very emotionally fulfilling, emotional completion type of a relationship where it just gives you everything you've ever wanted. Ten of Cups. If it was marriage, I would think it would be the Ten of Pentacles. So I think it's just a very loving relationship that is deepening in January 2024. If you're separated from somebody and they are at a distance from you with the World card, I would say that this is going to be them coming back to you, because we have the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's usually somebody from the past returning. So I think that you have somebody in your life who may come back in January, wants to profess their love, wants to be in a serious relationship with you. If you work with somebody, maybe you've been at a distance from them. A lot of remote workers these days, a lot of interaction over the World Wide Web. Could be that they're going to tell you that they want to be in a relationship with you, elevate something, travel towards you. Like again, I said, the Emperor could be a boss that is not happy about it. Could also be somebody else that is in your work environment that is not happy about it. So it doesn't have to be your boss. Could be somebody else who has interest in you that is just not pleased that somebody's coming towards you romantically once it comes out. And you're going to get the uber cold shoulder from them, potentially with that Five of Pentacles. If you are at a company where fraternization is not a thing, or is it's frowned on, there's a potential that this could affect your employment. So I would keep that in mind. So for others of you, this could be a employer that has feelings for you. Emperor, Queen of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Don't put yourself in a position where somebody is kind of holding things over your head financially. Obviously, that's illegal. So as far as I know, I'm not a lawyer, but that sounds illegal to me. So take those for what you will. All right, so now back to love. We have the Seven of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So this feels to me like in love, you may be dealing with somebody who came on strong, who's very, very interested. I don't feel like this is the King of Cups, because I say this because Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles feels like this person might be Don Juan, might be very charismatic, might have a lot of people interested in them. I think that either you can see that this person wants you to fight for them and fight off the competition, so they're sort of breadcrumbing you to get you to compete for them. I don't think you're doing that. In fact, I think you're holding back from them and giving them very minimal, or you will be in January of 2024. So if you come in hot, somebody comes in hot and heavy and they're trying to romance you, I don't think you're going for it. I think you're blocking it, giving little to it, or you're going to get the feeling they're wanting you to compete with all these other suitors. And you're like, no, if I have to interact with you, I'll give you bare minimum. But that's it. This could, again, since there's Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck, could be somebody from your past that you already know coming back. Could be somebody you've known for a really long time with the Six of Cups. So that's what I have. There seems to be a lot of stuff going on for Taurus in romance in the month of January 2024. So let's take a look at, let's pull these up and we're going to do your divine timing. So think of a question that you're wondering about timing on. And we're going to see if we can get a timing card from this deck. So Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for their question. What is the timing on it? What do we need to know about timing for Taurus's question? Fast, slow, take it easy, don't worry about it. What's the timing for Taurus's question? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Timing. Next year. So if there's something that you're wondering about when it's going to happen, more than likely by next year. So probably since we're starting January, I'm going to say you're going to have to be patient considering that time frame. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen sooner, but it's just saying based on what's happening right now, probably next year. Things can change. That energy changes all the time. So, Taurus, that's what I have for you. We're going to move on to the next sign. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Geminis, we're going to take a look at your January 2024. We're going to look at life, work, and love messages. What is the energy for Geminis for 2024 for life, work, and love? Energy for Geminis for life, work, and love. As always, these are general messages. If they don't happen to resonate, you can check your other placements. We're looking at Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What is in store in life, work, and love for Geminis? And thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. So life, Seven of Swords. Love, Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, work, Ace of Cups. My bad. And love, Ten of Pentacles. So good. Let's get to some clarifiers. Life, work, love. Life, work, love. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. That can mean peace, can mean harmony, can be holding back from something as well. So, all right, let's take a look here. So for life, we get Seven of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Empress. I think even though you can't see it right now, I think January is going to surprise you, even if it doesn't happen. Everything comes to fruition in January, but it does look like you're going to get your wish fulfillment, and the reason you're going to get it is because you're the Empress. Could be that it's hidden from you currently because people tend to get really intimidated by people in the Empress energy or Emperor energy. It doesn't matter your gender. It is an energy of being in charge, being accomplished, being your own person, running an empire, that type of thing. So I think, like I said, you may not realize it, but I think there are a lot of good things coming to you in January of 2024 in general. It's just unseen at this time or seems impossible because that's Seven of Swords. So if there's somebody who has feelings for you, they're probably hiding it. If you've been struggling with, like, say, work or something like that, it may seem like this is never going to come. But I do think you're going to start to see things come to fruition in January with this energy here. So Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and Justice for work. So it feels to me like if you were expecting a promotion or a huge bonus or some kind of offer, it may not happen, unfortunately, in January of 2024. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And I do try to make sure this deck is in the upright, and this one happened to come out in the reverse. So I would say that's a pretty strong message. It does feel like, because we have the Ace of Cups here. So Ace of Pentacles in the work is telling me maybe not getting what you're expecting in the month of January for work. Ace of Cups, though, this could be new opportunities. This could even be new love on the clock type of a thing. So while you may not get what you want from your current position, you may get something totally new, and it may be something that you really love. Maybe you get an opportunity somewhere else in the company. Maybe you just meet somebody really amazing that you really, really like. Whatever it is, it's going to seem fair, if that makes any sense. Like, have you ever been at a job and you realize, this was a rough year. I wasn't my best, what have you. Maybe I didn't really deserve that massive bonus or a promotion. So I think it's going to feel just, even though you're not going to be happy about it. But I think that there are going to be other things that make up for it with that Ace of Cups, if that makes sense. So like I said, could be a work romance. Could you meet a friend at work that you really like? Could be that you find something totally different than your day job that fulfills you emotionally. Even though it might not pay you what you want, some jobs are worth more than money, right? Because they're just enjoyable. They fill a hole that something else wasn't, that type of a thing. So that's the energy I feel for January of 2024. Excuse me. All right. So love, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 8 of Wands. All right. There's a couple messages here. For some of you who've been in long-term relationships, there may be an ending with that 3 of Swords. The reason I say that is this represents usually like in love, a long-term relationship or something that you were putting your all into. 3 of Swords is a heartbreak or an ending. Could be, unfortunately, a third party situation because this is represented by 3 little frogs there. But below this, you see this? Lots of fish in the sea, right? So something to keep in mind. 8 of Wands could be moving on quickly to something else, or someone coming in quickly to you who's interested in you. So for those of you who have something ending, I wouldn't worry about it. It sounds like you're going to move forward into something else. Unicorn, obviously, somebody amazing, wish fulfillment, something you're surprised by, something very unique and exciting. So something may need to end for something very cool to move into your life or for you to move on. And this could be somebody communicating with you in that month, January 2024. But again, lots of fish in the sea. And if it's a third party situation, you wouldn't want that person anyway, right? Don't entertain people who entertain other people, is my motto. So kind of an interesting month. So if you had something ending, or somebody you just put a lot of energy into with the Ten of Pentacles, people these days put a lot of energy into stuff that's really just a situationship. You aren't even together. But if that ends, it almost feels like this Ace of Cups in your work life could be new love. You could be meeting a coworker or hitting it off, what have you. And January is a big month for breakups. I think it's like the 3rd week in January or something nuts, is like, because the holidays are over and everybody doesn't have to put on a brave face anymore for the relatives and friends. So it's a big month for breakups. So unfortunately, that could be the case. And it can be hard to deal with, breaking up with anybody, regardless of the state of the relationship, is always difficult. But I think good things to come. I mean, Empress and 9 of Cups in your overall life. Again, you don't see it coming. It seems deceptive with the 7 of Swords, but 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. Maybe you're going to get your wish fulfillment after this 10 of Pentacles situation is over. So, all right, guys, that's what I have for Gemini for January 2024. I'm going to pull your divine timing card. So think of a question that you would like to know the timing on, and we'll see what the universe gives us. So Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, they are going to think of a question, and we would like the universe to tell us the timing. What is the timing on their question? One more for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Woo. Geminis, what's the timing on the question my Geminis are thinking of? Next year. So I think Taurus actually got this. Might have been Aries. Somebody before you got this. So next year, again, I would say by next year. Could also tell you to have patience. And as I always say, energies change all the time. This next year is based on what is happening now. The fates are predicting this to take that long based on the energies of this moment. Could slow down, could speed up. Just depends on what happens. So, all right, Gemini, that's what I have for you guys. Let us go to, oops, if I can grab the right card. Cancer. Okay, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to look at your general life messages, your work messages, and your love messages. As always, these are general messages. They're not going to resonate for every Cancer. You can always check your other placements to see if your messages are there. So let's take a look. Woo. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can I have life, work, and love messages? Life, work, and love message. As always, especially when it comes to love, you're always welcome to flip it if you think I'm actually not reading for you. I'm reading for the person you're dealing with. These do tend to go like that sometimes. And as always, thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. Okay, January 2024 for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We want life, work, and love messages. Life, work, and love. And at the end, I will ask you to think of a question. I'll pull from the divine timing cards to see the timing on your question. All right. Cancer. Life. Knight of Swords. Work. 4 of Wands. Love. The Moon. Let's get clarifiers. Life. 5 of Swords. Work. Strength. Love, 3 of Cups. January 2024, life, 6 of Wands. Work, King of Wands. And love, 7 of Wands. Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Could be movement involved in January 2024. Going on trips, moving forward, traveling for work. But let's take a look at what we got here. So, life. Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Wands. I think there's going to be some challenges in January 2024, just in a general sense. Might be some conflicts here with the Five of Swords, might be some aggressive conversations you have with people, whether they're coming towards you or you're going towards them. Feels like some verbal conflict, right? Arguments, letting out frustrations, just fighting with friends, family. Hard to say because this is life. It could be anybody. But I think at the end of the day or the end of the month, all these conversations, all these conflicts will resolve successfully and may actually have been very necessary in order for you to get success in some area or the other of your life, right? Sometimes you got to talk things out with people. Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you have to fight through things just to get it over with, right? And move on and kind of get success. He looks like he's kind of oorahing there, like, yes. So I think it'll all work out in the end. Let's just say that. So let's look at your work messages. We're talking Four of Wands, Strength, King of Wands. I think you're going to be very sort of satisfied with your work life in January of 2024. I think you're going to feel like you're on fire with that Strength and that King of Wands. Strength is Leo. You could be dealing with Leo at work. You could be a Leo in somewhere else in your chart. King of Wands is another fire energy, so you may have strong fire in your chart, but I think you're going to be doing pretty well at the job. I think you're going to be feeling very comfortable. You know how you get to a state where I always say, after you've worked at a job for a while, it's old hat, right? Four of Wands. So if it's been a little rough up to this point, you may start to feel like you're in your comfort zone with that Four of Wands, like it's home, like you found a good spot for you. If it's a new job, for instance, but you're definitely feeling very much in your power, very accomplished, and just comfortable, I think. Like, if you've had jobs in the past you weren't comfortable at, I think that you're definitely going to be feeling that in January of 2024. Very in your power, very strong, very competent at your job. All right. So, love. Okay. We have the Moon, the Three of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So I feel like some of you may be dealing with somebody who has feelings for you, but keeps them hidden. Look how smiley and cute this moon is in this card. So I think they think about you a lot. I think they keep it hidden. I think they're interested in dating you, but either they're blocking it or you're blocking it, and only you would know. Flip this as how, you need to. Could also be that you don't realize that it's unknown to you, but there are quite a few people who are interested in January of 2024 in dating you. This could be somebody who's fighting off a lot of suitors. Three of Cups is definitely dating, and it could be friendship, but in this particular instance, we're asking about love. So you may be fighting a lot of people off in January of 2024, or you may just not realize that you have so many interested people. But I do get another message for certain Cancers that there is somebody who has feelings for you, is interested in dating you, and one or both of you is somehow blocking this from moving forward. So Cancer, that feels like big success for you, or you're doing really well at work, feeling really comfortable, feeling really in charge at work, a little bit of confusion in the love life, and maybe some general conflict in just your overall life. But I think at the end of things, there's going to be success. Just have to battle through it a little bit. All right, let's pull these cards up, and we're going to look at your divine timing. So think of a question that you would like to know the time frame on. Okay, tell me the time frame on Cancer's question. Cancers that are watching, what's the time frame on their question? This is Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I just need a time frame on what Cancers would like an answer to. Okay. Divine timing says within a month. So within about 30 days, give or take, whatever you just asked may happen, resolve, come to fruition. Sometimes, energies change all the time. It can happen faster or it can slow down. It just depends because energy is fluid and time is fluid. But as of this moment, it feels like within a month. All right, Cancers. That was for you guys. Let's move to the next sign. direction with my cards here. Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to look at messages on general life, work, and love for January 2024. At the end, I will ask you to think of a question and I'll pull a divine timing card. So let's get started. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is their January 2024. What do they need to know? Life, work, love. As always, these are general readings. Lots of people watching. So if it doesn't resonate for your sun sign, you can check your other placements and see if your messages are there. And thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. All right, Leo, one more. Tell me about Leo's January. Life messages, work messages, love messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, cards want to talk, that was for sure. Life, work, and love for Leo. Life, one card at a time. Knight of Wands, fast moving. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Got that for somebody else. 8 of Wands. All right, clarifiers here. Life, work, love. I have to move these gigantic cards to have space. Life, work, love for Leo. Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That represents celebrations, relationships, feeling at home, going home. Okay, so life. Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, Page of Swords. This feels like a lot of movement. The Knight of Wands is fast moving, just a kinetic energy. 3 of Wands is movement forward. It is getting on a trip because the 2 of Wands is where you look where you want to go and decide, and the 3 of Wands is getting there. So I see a lot of movement. Could be literal travel, could just be things are changing in your life and you're finally feeling movement. If you were in a stagnant energy previously, January represents movement. Page of Swords, there could be an energy of somebody keeping an eye on you or you keeping an eye on someone. Also could be that there's just going to be something that's heavy on your mind in January of 2024. And that could be movement, right? Maybe you are attracted to somebody and you really want to move towards them with that Knight of Wands energy. That can be a passionate energy and an energy of being attracted. So you're going to make that move because you've been thinking about it for a while or watching them to see if they're worthwhile. Okay, so that's life, a lot of movement. Work, we have Ace of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and Ace of Swords. It feels like there's a potential in work that you're going to walk away from something that you did not receive. Ace of Pentacles is not getting what you want. It's an offer not coming through, a bonus not coming through, a promotion not coming through. This is walking away from something that's not fulfilling you. If you have a job that you aren't fulfilled by, you're going to let go of that. Ace of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, it's honesty. In the reverse, it's dishonesty, lack of clarity, confusion. So it feels like maybe you are looking at your job, what you're not getting out of it, how you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled by it any longer. It doesn't seem right to you. You never know if you're coming or going. You could have a boss who never communicates with you honestly about your performance, what you need to do, or that type of a thing. And you are just going to feel like this is not fulfilling me. I am going to start making moves to leave. Whether you physically leave in January 2024 or not, that's a whole different story. But it looks like it might be a possibility that you at least start thinking about it because it's not, something here is not fulfilling you. Something here does not feel right to you and you want to disengage from it in your work life. Could be as simple as, even if you don't leave, that 8 of Cups could be like, they talk a lot now about quiet quitting. So it could be that you're like, listen, you're not offering me big raises or tons of money. So I'm just going to lower my level of engagement with that 8 of Cups, right? And you may not be honest about that. You may just do it, keep it to yourself. But again, it feels a little bit like probably looking for something else. Okay, so love. 8 of Wands, the Star, and the 9 of Pentacles. So if you're in a relationship, I've got a couple messages here. If you're in a relationship, it feels like you are going to make a radical step, and you do have Knight of Wands and 3 of Wands in your overall energy, to just get out of it and get your wish fulfillment, which is to be single, to be single and independent and maybe get back out on the market. If you're not in a relationship, it feels a little bit like you're going to get up the wherewithal to rush towards somebody you see as wish fulfillment, like the do all and be all romantically. They are a 9 of Pentacles. They're very single, successful, alluring, independent. I would say that either somebody's rushing towards you because they think that of you, or you're going to rush towards somebody because you think that of them. So lots of feelings of movement, getting fulfilled in a romantic way, not so much in a job way, unfortunately. So it doesn't look great for January 2024 for work, but it does look pretty interesting for love. So either getting single or meeting somebody who's really impressive and is a 9 of Pentacles, or them thinking you're a 9 of Pentacles and coming towards you. So that's what I have for Leo for January 2024. We're going to pull these up, and then I'm going to ask you to think of a question. I'm sorry, 4 of Wands, 2 on the bottom. That could be getting into a relationship that's very satisfying, fulfilling, and potentially long-term. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, think of a question that you would like to know the timing on. These are all timing cards. What is the answer to Leo's question in regards to timing? They would like to know the timing on the question they're holding in their mind. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, timing. Woo! February, so not long. Unfortunately, these don't have years on them, so the universe does occasionally like to be sassy and fool us, but for most of you, end of February, whatever you're thinking about will come to fruition, happen. But as always, I forewarn people when you're talking about time and tarot, energy is fluid, time is fluid. This energy right now is what informs the future. So I say the fates tell you by the end of February. That can change depending on things you do, depending on the things other people do. It can shorten that time frame or it can lengthen it. So, all right, guys, we're going to move on to the next sign. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get some cards for you, Virgo. This is going to be messages on life, work, and love for January of 2024. Life, work, and love for Virgo. As always, these messages aren't going to resonate with everybody. I just recommend you check your other placements. If you don't think your messages are here, they might be in the other signs that you have in your chart. At the very end, I will ask you to ask a question, and then we'll pull a divine timing card from the other deck. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I need messages for their general life, work, and love for January 2024. General life, work, and love. Virgo. Whoa. Deck wants to fall apart, apparently. Virgo. Okay. Life, 6 of Wands. Work. Love. Let's move those up a bit. So we have 8 of Cups, life. Page of Wands in the reverse for work. 8 of Pentacles for love. 10 of Wands for life. 2 of Pentacles for work. 2 of Cups for love. Okay, Virgo. Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck could be you, could be a person that you're dealing with. Queen of Wands is definitely very charismatic, very take charge, belle of the ball type of energy. All right, cannot be an entrepreneur as well. So let's look at life first. We have the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. I think for a lot of you, you're going to have a lot of success in emotionally detaching or walking away from something that has burdened the heck out of you, or something that has burdened you is simply going to walk away from you, right? So you have that old saying, sometimes the trash takes itself out. So it feels like whatever is happening, whatever is ending here, because, you know, a 10 in tarot is the end of these burdens, right? 8 of Cups is detaching from something. 6 of Wands is success. I think whatever it is, whatever's ending, whatever you're walking away from or is walking away from you is actually going to be for the best. So I think that's the overall kind of life energy for you for this month, for January 2024. So Virgo, for your work reading, this is, kind of interesting. Ace of Cups in work could be You're going to start up a work relationship or a work crush or something that is very positive in your work life. But I don't feel like it's work, if that makes any sense. And the reason I say that is Page of Wands is in reverse and the Two of Pentacles is here. This can be not great news. This can be an energy of being unsure or off balance, although these two pentacles happen to be. So you could have been overwhelmed in work. That could be the burden that's coming to an end, because this is a guy balancing his pentacles. However, Page of Wands, usually in the reverse, is not great news, or it's something not moving forward. So only you would know what that is. But it does feel like a possible work romance for some of you. Or a lot of times that can just be an energy of just finding like a work friend, as it were. Somebody that you really enjoy spending your time with, which they say is very important in work life, to have at least one person, you know, that you can be friends with and have that camaraderie and such with. All right, so let's look at your love life for January of 2024. We have the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Your love life looks like it could be spectacular. It's going to require movement, though. So travel, movement forward, taking a chance, getting on the road to something. Eight of Pentacles is putting in work, investing, making the effort, in a Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is a soulmate connection, equal love, equal partnership. Those are seahorses, and they are known for mating for life. So it feels like you could have a pretty profound connection coming in January of 2024. Could even be somebody you meet at work, because we do have Ace of Cups over there in your work life. And Eight of Pentacles is a lot about work. If it's not work, it's just something that's going to move forward. You're going to want to put a lot of effort into it, or they are, and it's going to result in a Two of Cups. Very equal and equally smitten person, right? So looks like some things are ending this month. Maybe some challenging messages with that Page of Wands in reverse, but ultimate success with the Six of Wands. Moving forward, lots of love. Looks good, Virgo. So that's what I have for you for January of 2024. Let's take a look at your divine timing message. So think of a question that you would like to understand what the timing is. Oh, Queen of Wands too could mean that you are very attractive this month, or you meet somebody who's very attractive. It's definitely more of a lusty energy, if that makes sense. So a lot of passion if you're talking about romance. All right, so Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you tell Virgo what the time frame is on the question that they are most interested in? What's the time frame on Virgo's question? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, divine timing card. The question they're holding in their mind. Next month. So obviously next month is February. So by the end of the month, I would think, give or take. I always forewarn people that in tarot, time is very tricky because the reading is based on the energy that's happening now. So the fates are saying, based on what we know now, the energy of now, next month, more than likely. Now, that can shorten depending on what happens with the energy, because there's free will, or it can lengthen depending on what happens. But as far as they know, right now, end of next month, that's the latest. All right, so let's move to our next zodiac sign. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are going to pull messages for general life, for your work life as well, and for your love life. So general, work, love. Let's get you some shuffles. And at the end, I'll ask you to think of a question, and we will pull a divine timing card to kind of see what the timing is on your question. All right. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me about life, work, and love. And as always, these are general readings. They're not going to resonate for every Libra sun sign. So check your other placements in your chart. Your messages might be there. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me about their January 2024. I need messages on general life, work, and love. General life, work, and love for Libra. General life, Queen of Wands. Work, the Fool. Love, the Tower. So general life, the Moon. Work, the Hermit. love, Two of Cups, and let's see here, life, ooh, death. Let's see, work, Knight of Swords, and then love, the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. All right, King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. That's somebody who is loving, emotionally mature, person you love or a person who loves you. All right, let's look at your life messages. We have the Queen of Wands, the Moon, and Death. This is an interesting message. So I would say if you suspect there's a third party in your romantic relationship, that's going to be over with. So if somebody's trying to choose between you and another person, or even if you're trying to choose between somebody and another person, I think that's going to wrap up here. Queen of Wands combined with the Moon, I would read that as a third party situation. Could be also that you don't see something coming, the end of something. If you are very much in your power, you're the Queen of Wands, and that's how you're interpreting it. You might not realize that something is about to end because the Moon is something you don't see, something that is confusing or deceptive. There may be an ending coming that you're not aware of. We do have the Tower over here in love, so it could be that something is ending. However, we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So I would say something may come crashing down, but it's going to result in a Two of Cups and a Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. Or even in this one, he's not even giving to two different people. He's just throwing money out there. So I would think that something is going to end that's been deceptive. That's the overall energy. Let's look at your work life. We have the Fool, the Hermit, and the Knight of Swords. I think in work, you might be a little more adventurous in January 2024, or you could get a new opportunity in January 2024. There's something that's been on your mind, possibly the minds of the people who make decisions in your company, but this is deep thought that has taken a long time. And then Knight of Swords is fast movement. So you have something that goes from kind of this slow movement with this crab with his lantern as he trots along, deep in thought, to fast movement. So, and the Fool is also fast movement, taking chances, taking risks, that type of thing. You might find yourself in a little more adventurous mood, or just, straight up getting new opportunity in work in January 2024. But I think, regardless of what happens, if you do get into this Fool Knight of Swords energy, I think it's something you thought about for a long time, or you will be thinking very deeply about if you do make a move. Or, again, if you get a new chance at your job, it's going to be something that your higher ups thought of for a long time before they said, hey, we want to offer you this. We want you to do something new. Here's a new opportunity for you. Could be travel. Knight of Swords is movement. All right. So let's look at love. So love is interesting. The Tower, obviously is a major shakeup. It's a major change. It could be clarity too. Somebody could be coming in because we do have the Moon over here and overall life. Unknown things ending, mysterious things ending, deceptive things ending. And then we have the Tower, which is clarity, major change with the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So it could be that somebody who is very attracted to you with this Queen of Wands. If I get a hold of it. So this is the second story. So someone who's very attracted to you with this Queen of Wands could be coming in. They don't want to hide it anymore. They're going to blow your mind with this Tower and bust this open and be like, I want to date you. I want to give to this. I'm interested in you. I'm attracted to you. Let's make this happen, kind of a thing. So you could end up being pretty shocked in January of 2024 that somebody who's just a sexy beast there with that Queen of Wands wants to come in and have a relationship. It would be a major change because the deception has to end, for that clarity to happen with that Tower, that major change to happen with that Tower. So interesting. Lots of things changing for you in January of 2024, it feels like. And flip it if you need to on the love thing. It could be your person, obviously. So energies do need to be flipped sometimes. All right, Libras, that's what I have for you for January of 2024. Think of a question that you would like to know the timing on. Oh, and King of Cups too. Lots of love. Forgot that being on the bottom there. All right, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Think of a question you would like to know the timing on. What is the timing on Libra's question? timing for Libra. Timing for Libra. Within a couple of months, give or take. So that would be like January, February, March, roughly. Because we're talking this is a January reading. You have to have all of January, then add a couple months on. And I always say, I've said in all the readings, you have to be careful with timing in tarot because time is fluid, energy is fluid. So this is a give or take, usually because this timing is based on the energy of right this moment. And it can oscillate depending on what people do, what you do. It could get shortened. It could get lengthened, right? So right now it feels like a couple of months though. So that's what I have for you, Libra. Let's go to our next sign. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at messages on general life, work, and love. And at the end, I'll ask you to ask a question that you would like to know the timing on because I have a divine timing card deck there. Let's get started. Let's get you some shuffles. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I need messages for life, work, and love for Scorpio. Life, work, and love for January of 2024. As always, these are general messages. They're not going to resonate for every Scorpio out there. I recommend you check your other placements in your chart if you think this isn't your message. Sometimes other messages are applicable depending on what kind of energy we are in. You know, sometimes I'm more in my moon than my sun, or my Venus than my sun. So you can always check those out. And thank you, as always, for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. All right, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you tell me about general life messages, work messages, and love messages for Scorpios for January of 2024? Life, work, and love for January of 2024. Okay. Life, Ten of Wands. Work, Page of Wands. Eight of Pentacles for love. Five of Swords, life. The Emperor in work. And the Seven of Cups in love. Let's get one more layer here. Life, Eight of Cups. Work, Nine of Pentacles. And Nine of Swords for love. All right, bottom of the deck, death. Think of death as transformation. So it's not always the ending of something. Sometimes it's just a major change. Things have to end for new things to begin, right? So major change coming in for Scorpios. This actually is your card in the deck. So you could be rather in your power this month, or major transformations are taking place. So let's look at life. Life is looking a little tough for January 2024. I'm not going to lie. So we have the Ten of Wands, but keep in mind, tens are endings. So if you've been burdened, you've been overwhelmed, you've been carrying too much on your back, that could be coming to an end. There is a conflict, a fight, hubbub that might be coming up in January that you are going to walk away from, distance yourself from, or it could be a fight because somebody chooses to distance themselves from you. But I think that you are probably going to choose to end something, considering your own card is coming out in your reading. I think there's something burdening you, causing conflict in your life, or confusion. Five of Swords could be confusion. And you are just going to be like, look at that zen on that octopus's face. Like, okay, no, I'm just going to walk away from this and get in my own space and let it go, kind of a thing. That's the death card on the bottom of the deck. Let's look at work. Page of Wands, Emperor, and the Nine of Pentacles. So while you may not see this coming, Page of Wands is communication, but it's in the reverse. This may not have ever been communicated to you, even though it's good news. You may be getting a promotion. You may be just making like more money this year. So you could be possibly really pleasing your boss, and he is not expressing it. But this is an energy of being very successful, very large and in charge. An emperor is a boss. So I think that you are going to do well at work, but I think it's going to surprise you. You're not going to see it coming, or it's not going to be communicated to you. And I think it's just going to come out of the blue, if anything. for a very small portion of you, you could have a emperor, your boss, who quits and severs themselves from the company, and sort of you kind of maybe move into that position and you just don't see it coming. Or it's never been communicated to you that this person was thinking of leaving, and then suddenly they do. So big changes in Scorpio's life for sure, with the death being on the bottom of the deck. All right, so let's look at love. Love is the one that has me the most concerned, because we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is usually something you've put a lot of effort into, you've done a lot of work on. Doesn't necessarily have to be a long-term relationship, but I would usually see it as that. Although, like I said in somebody else's reading, people are putting a lot of work into just situationships these days, which is crazy to me. But so Eight of Pentacles, put a lot of work in. Seven of Cups, there's confusion and there's upset. This is being in your head, not knowing what's going on, not being certain of something. You could even think that somebody you have put a lot of work into has other options with that Seven of Cups, and it's stressing you the heck out. Or flip it if you need to. Maybe you have other options and you're stressing somebody out. Could be a work relationship with the Eight of Pentacles there, but I feel like more like you've put a lot of work into something and it's keeping you up at night, or keeping them up at night. So with the Seven of Cups, that can also be deception. So it could be somebody purposely confusing and upsetting you. So be forewarned in your love life. This may be the very thing you have to walk away from with the burdens and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is somebody who plays head games. So if you've got somebody messing with you and you realize that it's not to your benefit, I think you're going to walk away from it and end it. But work looks pretty good. Like I said, I think you're going to be successful. I just don't think you see it coming, or they aren't communicating it to you for some reason with that Page of Wands in reverse. So that's what I have for you guys, Scorpio, for January of 2024. Let's take a look at your divine timing. Think of a question you would like to know the timing on. All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. They have a question they would like to know the timing on. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Scorpios. One more. Divine timing on the question that they are thinking of. Scorpio. All right. What is the timing? Have faith. Oh, that's a divine timing message if there ever was one. So if there's something you're losing faith on, it hasn't happened, you're going to have to be patient, you're going to have faith. This always reads to me like it's almost like a test, right? Like, do you have the faith to hang in there for as long as it takes on this thing that you're wondering about? So I'm sorry there isn't a better answer on that, but in all honesty, timing in tarot is tricky, as I've told the other signs, because time is fluid, energy is fluid. The energy right now, for instance, a couple people have gotten very definitive answers like within a month, within a couple months. Well, that is how the energy feels right now. Like the fates are saying, based on the energy right now, it feels like a couple months. Can be shortened, can be lengthened, right? Same thing with have faith. Things could move really rapidly if you have faith, or they could drag out depending on the other parties, because in everything, there's always free will, right? So something to keep in mind. All right, Scorpio, we're going to go to the next sign. I am going to, ooh, my card's falling apart. I'm going to have to go with a smaller deck next time. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So Sagittarius, we are going to pull messages for general life, for work, and love. At the end, I'll ask you to think of a question, and I will pull a divine timing card for you on that thing that you're wondering about. So let's get started. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We need life, work, and love messages for January of 2024. As always, these are general messages. They may not resonate for every Sagittarius sun sign. I always say check your other placements. You know, like if you have a moon in Taurus, you know, check the Taurus reading. I, for instance, will sometimes find that I definitely resonate a lot better with other placements depending on what kind of energy I'm in personally. All right, so Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me about their January 2024 for life, work, and love. Sagittarius, January 2024. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, life, work, and love. Life, Eight of Swords, love, or excuse me, work. The Wheel of Fortune, love, Knight of Pentacles. Life, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Work, Five of Cups. Love, Knight of Wands. Interesting. So I had to pause for a minute because you have two knights and they're the exact opposite of each other. Tell me more about life. King of Wands. Work, the Moon. And love, Four of Cups. All right. So bottom of the deck, the Hangman. I have a strong energy, Sagittarius, that things are going to be a little weirdly stuck in January of 2024 for you. The reason I say that, you get the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. In the overall life message, you have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like you're raring to go. You're a fire sign, right? So King of Wands, you're ready to make stuff happen. And yet there's this Hangman, Eight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles energy. You're just stuck. If you're dealing with somebody who feels like a King of Wands, a little charismatic, good looking, charming, in demand by the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever, you may be realizing that there's nothing coming of it. So if there's somebody you've been wondering about, Seven of Pentacles, you may feel like I'm stuck. I'm never going to get anything out of this with this person. But for most of you, it feels like you want to get things going, but life is kind of like not letting you get there, because that's the overall life message, is not feeling a lot of productivity, not feeling a lot of gain, just feeling stuck, right? Okay. Let's look at work for January 2024. So the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups, and the Moon. So you may be a little disappointed in your work life in January of 2024. There may actually even be major changes that happen at work that you're not super satisfied with, but you're going to keep it to yourself, keep it on the low, and that may even be the universe suggesting that you do that. It might be to your benefit to kind of stay quiet about your disappointment, like mergers, acquisitions, changes in your position, new boss, coming in, what have you. This is putting on a smiley face, right? Put on a happy face, because it's going to be beneficial to you in the end, even though you're not thrilled with what's happening. All of the cups are spilled here. That is somebody who's really, really not thrilled with what's happening. It's a major change, though. It's something that is going to be tough to take. Again, King of Wands, your nature is to speak your mind, to take action, to be bold. And we have all this stuff of hold back. Keep it on the down low. Put on a happy face. So it's going to be beneficial for you, because sometimes speaking your mind puts you in a disadvantage. It's not advantageous to you, right? Especially in the workplace. So interesting energy for a lot of you. Unfortunately, I think for one or two of you, there's a possibility that you could have a major change in work and that you may lose a job. But I don't think that's for everybody, and probably not even more than one or two people max, if that's even the case. But because we have the Wheel of Fortune, which can represent work, money, income. Five of Cups is loss, right? And all of the cups are spilled. So there might be a silver lining to that. Maybe you hated your job. If one person who's looking at a job loss or a layoff in January, if you hate your job, there may be a silver lining. There's something you're not seeing, right? But it feels more like the universe asking you to probably not say anything, even though you're not happy with the major changes, because it may work out for you in the end with that Wheel of Fortune, right? The Wheel of Fortune's in the upright. That usually means good luck. Okay, so let's move on to love. Love is interesting. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Cups. I think for a lot of you, you have two people that are going to be interested in you in January. One is very slow moving, but they're very dependable and their offer is real. One's a little faster moving. They're bolder. They're probably pretty charismatic. They might be more interested in the physical. Doesn't have to be, but they're definitely more fast moving than a Knight of Pentacles, right? One of them, I think, is going to be a missed opportunity, or one of them is going to get rejected by you. So I think one of them you're really going to like, because look at all the stuff coming out of this cup, right? And like, woo, yeah, this is the one. And all the other cups are spilled. So I think there's only one winner in this scenario. So take it how it resonates. If you think you are competing with someone else for someone, there's a possibility that only one of you is going to end up getting chosen, which obviously that's usually how it works, but there is a possibility of somebody getting rejected. I feel more like, though, this is you, somebody coming into you, two people coming into you, and somebody getting rejected, not getting picked, right? So You are a fire sign, so I tend to believe you might pick the Knight of Wands because fire signs like that excitement, but Knight of Pentacles usually is the person who has an actual real offer. I would caution you though, because I just noticed his sword is down. Down can mean dishonesty. Could be that the reason this person gets rejected is you realize the offer isn't real. So something to keep in mind if you're wondering about the slower moving person. So that's what I have for you guys. A little dicey on the work thing. Choices in love. Somebody's going to get rejected, it looks like. So let's take a look at the divine timing. Think of a question that you would like answered that you were wondering about the timing on. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the timing on the question they're holding in their mind? Divine timing for Sagittarius' question. Did not want to go together. There we go. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the divine timing on their question? Within a month. So I would say we're talking about January 2024. So I would think by February 2024. All the other signs I've given the same message to. When you're talking about divine timing, it's very fluid. Time is fluid. Energy is fluid. That's the fates telling you based on the energy right now. It looks like within a month of the January, energy, but everybody has free will. So that time can be shorter or it can be longer depending on what, free will choices everybody makes. So, all right, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you. Let's move to the next sign. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to take a look at your general work messages. General life messages, work messages, and love messages. And then at the end, I'll ask you to think of a question, and I'll pull a divine timing card on that question if you're wondering the timing on something. Let's get started. So, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's take a look at your general life messages, work messages, and love messages for Capricorns for January of 2024. As always, these are general messages. They won't resonate with every Capricorn. I do think you should check your other placements if these messages don't resonate, because they might actually be, related to your moon, your Venus, or your rising. Okay, Capricorn, messages for January of 2024. Life, work, love. Oop, flying cards. So, life for January 2024, Two of Swords. Work, Five of Pentacles. Love, Ace of Wands. Clarifiers for life, Three of Cups. Work, Eight of Pentacles. Love, King of Cups. Life, the Hermit. Work, the Page of Cups. And love, the Knight of Wands. Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. All right, Capricorn, so let's look at life first. We have the Two of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Hermit. You have a lot of opportunities in the month for getting together with friends, socializing, possibly even lots of options for dating. I think you're so unsure about what you want to do with that Two of Swords that you may actually just stay home and stay alone. Now, I have some Capricorn in my chart, so I get it. Sometimes we would just rather not be around other people, especially if we're not fully invested in the situation. So Two of Swords is usually like that, where you're like, I don't see this as a win-win, but you're unsure about going out. I think you're just going to spend some time alone, whether it's romantically, dating, getting together with friends and family. Feels like you're going to purposely be solitary in the month. However, you may not want to do that. So it could be also that you're undecided about going out, dating, getting back out on the market, and you think you'd rather just be alone, in all honesty. But I don't think that's going to be the case, because we're about to do your love reading after you do your work reading. So, work is kind of interesting. We have a Five of Pentacles, which feels like, so we have Eight of Pentacles here, feels almost like you don't feel like you're being paid well for the amount of work you're putting in. So you might be a little dissatisfied. This time of years when people are sort of getting a lot of merit reviews, bonuses, things like that, promotions, and it may be that you feel like you're getting shafted because you've put a lot of work in, but you're only getting a 5 of Pentacles out of it. So might be a little dissatisfaction at work where you're not making enough money for the work you put in. Page of Cups, you may actually meet somebody at work that you kind of have a crush on or has a crush on you. A little bit of a energy of love at work kind of a thing. Could even just be meeting somebody at a more of a friendship level that you enjoy working with that makes what you're lacking at work kind of makes up for it, because, you know, it's always good to have people that you see eye to eye with or enjoy being with on the job, right? You know, friends, romantic, whatever. But yeah, maybe a little dissatisfaction with your pay or what have you in January. So let's look at love. This is the most interesting, right? Because we have Ace of Wands, passionate new start, adventurous. King of Cups is big love. That's being in love with somebody or somebody seeing you as the love of their life. Knight of Wands, again, a lot of passion. So I think in January of 2024, you're either going to meet somebody that you see as your King of Cups or somebody who sees you as the person they love. Lots of passion, lots of fast movement. Very interesting. The bunny on the Ace of Wands makes me think fertility. So also makes me think be cautious if you're not looking to have kids, because a page is actually a child. And a Page of Pentacles is the child of an earth sign, and you're an earth sign. So, so Page of Pentacles, though, can just be going out dating, actually going out and seeing people, going out with people who are wanting something tangible or offering something tangible, right? For me, it's a face-to-face, in-person communication card, because pages are communication. This feels like it's related to your romantic life, because obviously to get an Ace of Wands, a Knight of Wands, and a King of Cups, you have to actually go out on dates, which you are overall hesitating to do, right? And wanting to stay in hermit mode because you're unsure, but you could potentially miss your King of Cups if you do that. Then it's going to be a passionate new start. Now, if you meet somebody at work, might not be so difficult to miss because you're at work every day. So if you're staying off the social scene, you may meet somebody at work with that Page of Cups, which is a new crush that may develop into, may go from Page of Cups to King of Cups, right? So that's what I have for you, Capricorn, for January 2024. Hopefully that resonates. Now, if you want to think of a question that you're wondering about the divine timing on, I'm going to pull a timing card. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you tell me about divine timing for the question that Capricorn is most interested in? What is the divine timing for Capricorns on the question they are holding in their mind? Divine timing, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. Don't lose hope. All right. So this feels like it's related. It could be work or love, given the energy of your reading. So don't lose hope. Whatever you've been thinking for, waiting on, wanting to come into your life, what have you, or come to fruition, don't lose hope. It's going to happen, but they are not sure of the timing. Again, as I've told all the other signs, time is fluid. Energy is fluid. Even if you get a divine timing card, it's based on kind of the energy that's swirling about now. Everybody has free will. Time can shorten, time can lengthen, depending on what everybody does. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you for January of 2024. Let's move to Aquarius. Okay. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, we are going to pull messages for general life, for work, and for love. At the end, I'll ask you to think of a question, and we'll pull a divine timing card for you too. So let's get started. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can you tell me what's coming in life, work, and love? As always, these are general readings, so if this doesn't happen to resonate, you can check your other placements in your chart to see if your messages are there. Aquarius, life, work, and love. Oops. Helps if I could get the deck to go together. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I need messages for life, work, and love for my aquas. I haven't done this with anybody else, but I feel like I need to split it. All right, life, Two of Wands. Work, Queen of Wands. Love, Page of Wands in reverse. Life, Ten of Pentacles. Work, Six of Wands. Love, Three of Swords. Life, Eight of Swords. Work, King of Pentacles. Ooh, did I drop it? Oh, I had to drop it. Queen of Swords and love. I always get this message for Aquariuses. I don't know where that card went. It was the King of Pentacles, though. Bottom of the deck, Ten of Cups. We like that. Ten of Cups. So you might have love being fairly important this month. So let's talk first about life. We have the Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Feels like you have a decision to make in your work life or possibly a long-term relationship. So take it how it resonates. There could be multiple messages here. This is usually work or a long-term situation that you're in. Two of Wands is deciding where you want to go, which path you want to go down. You could even be deciding which lover you wanted to pick to have a serious relationship with. However, you're feeling a sense of being stuck and not knowing how to get unstuck this month. This particular card shows all the swords in front of the person's eyes are open. Sorry, the animal's eyes are open, but you know what I mean. Their eyes are open. Usually they're blindfolded in the traditional tarot, and the opening is right in front of them. And this one, it's behind them. So like your eyes are open, but you don't know there's an exit behind you. And I think that's why that Two of Wands, that energy being the overall energy. So whatever you're trying to decide on, you feel a little stuck, right? In the month of January. Now, you had the Queen of Wands, this is work, Six of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So I think there's a very strong chance that as far as work is concerned this month, you're very much in your power. You could be getting a lot of accolades at work. You could be very successful at work. You could even be very attractive at work. If you have a company where fraternization is supported, you might be getting a lot of attention. You may even be getting asked out by people you work with. Possibly a King of Pentacles that fell on the floor and I can't reach it, but it feels more like you're going to be very successful in work this month and be rewarded for that, whether it be just verbal accolades or actual money with that King of Pentacles. It is the time of year where a lot of people are getting performance reviews. January's like bonuses, performance reviews from the previous year, that type of thing. So I think work is going to be very successful for you. Now, love is the tricky one. And I don't know why, but I always get this message for Aquarius, Queen of Swords, that you're dealing with a fellow air sign. So you may have been wanting communication from an air sign. It doesn't have to be, though. Queen of Swords just could be somebody who's very direct, blunt, usually honest, straightforward. You may have wanted communication or expected communication and didn't get any, and it is very heartbreaking that you haven't heard from this person. Or maybe they wanted to hear from you. You've decided to hold back on communication, possibly because you're in that Two of Wands about what you want long-term with the Ten of Pentacles, so you're stuck, right? And that's why you haven't communicated. So somebody here is experiencing a lack of communication with the Page of Wands. It's very heartbreaking. And this is the person I think who's receiving the heartbreak. Could be the person doling the heartbreak out, depending on your situation, but just take it how it resonates. But I think somebody is expecting communication. Let's just say that. So work looks good, Aquarius. You got some decisions to make and you feel a little stuck, or flip it if you need to. And in love, somebody's not going to hear from somebody and be heartbroken. There could even be a suspicion there's a third party, and that's why no communication has come in. And so somebody is choosing to keep their guard up. Since this is representation of air, could be you, could be your person. Gemini tends to come up a lot in Aquarius readings, so you may not be dealing with the Gemini, but just for those of you that are, there might be some heartbreak in January of 2024. Ten of Cups is on the bottom of the deck, though. So I think there's love in store for you, or somebody has a lot of love for you, vice versa. I think it's just a little bit of a struggle in January for various reasons. Who knows why this communication with the Page of Wands in reverse doesn't happen, but it's going to be a little hard for somebody to take. So but the work looks very successful this month. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you. Let's take a look at your divine timing. Tell me what you would like to know as far as divine timing goes. Think of a question in your mind that you want to know the timing on. We'll see what the fates have to say about it. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, they are going to think of a question, and we are going to tell them what the divine timing is on it. If I can get the cards to do what I want. All right. So, Aquarius, what is the answer to their question in regards to divine timing? within a couple of weeks. So if there's something you've been thinking about, waiting on, wanting to manifest, wondering about, needing an answer on within a couple of weeks, and we're talking about the January reading, so obviously that would put us more in a January, February timeframe. I always forewarn people, timing in tarot is very tricky because this answer is based on the energy of right now, right? Because this is the foundation. The fates think within a couple of weeks based on how things are progressing right now, but everyone has free will. So depending on people's choices, it can be shorter, longer, hard to say, right? So take that with a, grain of salt, but that's kind of how I think of it. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to move on to our last sign, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, we are going to look at January 2024 for you. We're going to get messages on general life, work, and love. At the end, I'll ask you to hold a question in your mind that you would like to know divine timing on, and we'll pull a card for you. So let's get started. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oops. As always, these are general readings. They're not going to resonate for every Pisces. I would recommend checking your other placements in your chart to see if your messages are there. For instance, I a lot of times will resonate, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, more with my moon or my Venus, and sometimes my rising. If you do not know your birth chart, you can go, I think, to Cafe Astrology, and you can do a free birth chart. So, all right. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What are their messages for January 2024 on general life, work, and love? Work, general life, work, and love. General life, work, and love for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January of 2024. Life, Five of Cups. Work, Eight of Wands. Love, Five of Swords. Life, Four of Wands. Work, Three of Wands. Love, Seven of Wands. So life, Eight of Cups. Work, Death. Love, King of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Hermit. So you could spend a lot of time alone this month, probably of your own volition. And I say that because of the cards that are out on the table. Five of Cups, Four of Wands, Eight of Cups. So there could be something, a relationship. Maybe you lived with somebody, were married to somebody, or just otherwise committed to them. It's been disappointing, or you will be disappointed in the month of January. This is grief, basically. All the cups are spilled in this particular version of this card, which usually means there's no coming back, unfortunately, because there's no cups standing upright. Usually it's 3 cups spilled, 2 cups standing upright, but they are all spilled here. It feels like a relationship or a living situation that you are choosing to completely walk away from, get into your Zen, see how he's doing, like, his, mantras there or whatever. So it feels like maybe just something that you've not been happy with for a while. You're choosing to walk away from, flip it if you need to, if it's the other person walking away. There's a lot of grief here in regards to this particular home or life situation, relationship situation. So that's the overall energy for January. It could be an energy of choosing to be alone because of just dissatisfaction in a relationship. Your work, however, it looks like things are going to move really fast and be like major transformation for you. 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the Death card. Again, I always tell people death doesn't mean necessarily an ending. It can just mean a major transformation, because the end of something is always the beginning of something else. 8 of Wands, lots of movement, lots of conversations, lots of travel. If you've been traveling and you're tired of it, that could end this month. You could just put your foot down and say, I don't want to be on the road all the time, if that's something you do for a living. But it feels like more like a really powerful energy of transformation and movement this month in your job. You may even choose to change jobs. Maybe you find something else that you're really excited about. Maybe it's at a distance with that 3 of Wands, and you decide to end things with your current employer and move on. So got a couple different stories on employment for Pisces this month. Love is not looking good, unfortunately, Pisces. We have 5 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the King of Wands. So back to your overall message, it feels like there's major changes in your romantic life this month. This is an energy of conflict. This can be an energy of conflict or being defensive. And this is possibly defending yourself against a King of Wands. So Five of Swords can be somebody who plays head games or just likes to fight. Fire signs tend to like to fight. I'm not saying you're dealing with a fire sign, but the King of Wands is a very passionate, sometimes confrontational energy, although I don't necessarily think that one there in the upright. But it does feel like this might be who you're battling out with. If they don't have fire in their sun, they could have a lot of fire in their chart, for instance. So, but there's a lot of conflict in your love life this month. And unfortunately, it may result in you deciding to be single. And it does feel like it's your decision because you're fighting against this other energy. It doesn't feel like your energy unless you have just a crap ton of fire in your chart. So major transformations happening this month. It feels like for the better, though, because if you're having all kinds of fights with somebody and there's not a lot of happiness in this home situation, it's better to end it, right? Feels like there may be transformation at work, although this feels a little bit more positive, like you're taking the initiative in the work for sure. So hopefully that means a good transformation. So Pisces, that's what I have for you for January of 2024. Let's take a look at divine timing. So hold a question in your mind on what you would like to know the timing on. We'll see what the universe has to say. So divine timing for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the question they are holding in their mind. Divine timing, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Pisces. Okay, what is the divine timing on the question Pisces has? Interesting. Release the need to control the situation. I don't think I've ever had that card out come out for a reading. Release the need to control the situation. This may be related to that Eight of Cups that came out. So if you have the tendency to try to control things, maybe you've finally decided to relinquish that. And so it's like, yeah, don't try to control the situation. Your advice is like things are going to happen as they need to happen and when they need to happen, rather than having a set timeline. Oh, I have to do this and this and this by, this time and this month and this year and this age. Saying just release that, right? And here, Eight of Cups is still right on top. Death right below it. King of Wands, I'm telling you, I think some of you are dealing with a player or a fire sign. So, or a control freak too. Somebody else who may have a strong energy of being controlling. So Pisces, that's what I have for you for January of 2024. That concludes the reading. I hope that this was beneficial to everybody. I hope everybody has a good New Year's Eve and that we have a wonderful 2024. Even if you're starting out with struggles, it's always possible to turn those around. So happy New Year's.